be live. Let's check that real quick. Hopefully everything is working fine. Okay, everything's working fine. Anyway, what is up everyone? I'm back with another video. Well, another live stream. This will be kind of my world tours for 2026. I believe I have enough stuff where I can keep all the worlds just looped into one video. I'm hoping by the end I can at least have like one world that will get its own video for next year, or if I do one at the end of this year. So yeah, we'll start with I got a handful. I got 11 worlds. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Now, some of these I did go through and rename them, even though some of them is like stuff I plan to build in them. Some of them might just kind of be empty. So we'll start with Island. The offline thing's just popping up because I don't have PlayStation Plus currently, so just kind of ignore that. So this is my island world, kinda. I don't know. It's one of those like you ever just get into creative mode, like you make a new world, go into creative mode. Well, you make it a creative mode world just to like build random shit for like I don't know, maybe like a week, part of that like 2 week Minecraft phase. That's kind of what this was. Although I do occasionally work on it here and there. I want to build up stuff in this island. I have no idea what kind of theme to go with. It'd be nice if the whole world would load. I don't think I built anything else in this world, or if I did, I have no fucking clue where it's at. Because this was kind of just, like I may have built a random thing here or there. I don't remember that island being there, unless I'm on a different side of the... I don't remember that being that close. Actually, no, I don't remember. Oh, no, you know what? I think I'm just on a different side of the... I think I'm on just a different side of it, but I don't really remember that being close. So yeah, here, I don't know, I built a random ass farm. I don't know why I'm in creative mode. So, I don't know, there's just a farm there. I plan on, at least this part of the island is going to be all kind of built up there. I want to make this like little kind of drainage tunnel thing. I thought about having it lead to like a little kind of underground part. I don't know. And yeah, I gotta fill in this. I gotta figure out what all the walls and all that. This is eventually gonna get filled in. I know I don't really have to put all the blocks here, but if I don't, it feels like a half-assed job. And it's gonna go around. I might do stuff over at that over at the Mushroom Island. This will go up, and then I think, well, yeah, that's kind of gonna stay like that. I might put a boardwalk, but this is kind of gonna be like a little beach, I guess. I don't know. This world might not even get touched this year. Like, it's kind of one of those worlds that you just do to have something to do for like an hour or so. But occasionally I might work on, or I might just, I have a habit of like making stuff just flat blank building slates and then not touching it. But yeah, so that's kind of my island world. And then we have the kind of the cyberpunk city, which is something I want to try. I saw a few Minecraft videos about it, and I'm like, I got Minecraft. I'll try it. I haven't really done much in this world. Again, it's at that building phase. Like, I like the location, and I have a few ideas, but it's kind of like if I just don't instantly build the ideas, I'll probably never build them. I do have a bed, so let's use this real quick. I don't know why. I guess I might just put a bridge here. That might be why this is like that. But let's get this fixed. We'll get rid of that. And then here, again, kind of... It shows a different palette than what I normally do. But I was thinking of having all this, like I was thinking this area over here could kind of be like a little bit of slums. Not sure what I can do with the mountain, but I was kind of basically have the mountain as like a backdrop and fill in. So like from kind of where the mountain goes around there to that, and then probably like maybe stop it right there. I think these I'm gonna flatten. I had ideas to make kind of like a little undercity here, underground area. I haven't really explored all these, so there could be a larger cave system here that I don't know of at all, but yeah. So I got this little area. I was thinking like I don't know, yeah, is there anything down here? Well, I think it does go down deep dark, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like getting a potion to go see. I'm not sure about all the way down here, but I'm thinking more around here. Like I might build a floor, maybe this level, and then have this area like a second level, like an underground market and stuff like that. Um, Not really gonna do anything. Maybe I'll leave that as a little village, but yes, that's kind of that's this world. And then if we go to Mushroom Castle, very self-explanatory. This was another one of those worlds where I just started. Well, I think I came across the mushroom biome, and I'm like, yeah, I'll build stuff in a mushroom biome. So we just let everything load. Or this may have been the world I was thinking of, that like there's nothing around the island. This may have been the one I was thinking of. Not the first one. Yeah, like where there's only a little thing there. I'd prefer everything to be fully rendered in before I look around because it makes everything a bit smoother. Usually I don't have this issue because whenever I stream I get the world loaded up first. Okay, so yeah, I found this mushroom biome. I made this little beach here. And I made the mushrooms in the houses. This is probably actually the first world that actually has builds. They're all pretty much the same, you know, like red window, all that. Um, Little lantern things here. The pathway is kind of interesting because like it's 3 wide, kind of, but then these don't have stairs. Um, Handful of mushroom houses. I put a cherry blossom tree to kind of keep with that like red, purple, pink. Over here is a boardwalk, which is kind of cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Might extend either the boardwalk's just gonna end here, or it might extend to like this is kind of where it starts. You get on the boardwalk. I believe I did terraforming of a handful of things here. We'll check out the castle last. Made a little like farm, mushroom, as well as a little wheat farm there. I was thinking maybe have here like a little bit of a port. I wish the island was bigger, um, because this is a really small one. At the same time, though, I think this is like the first time I found a mushroom biome in Minecraft in like a few years. Anyway, we also, what is this? Oh yeah, this just leads up to these two houses. And then here we got the mushroom castle. It was I think it was like the central mushroom. I don't know. There's like a really tall mushroom, and then I decided to make it into a castle. It'd be like a pretty cool starter base. Is that a window? Yeah. I keep forgetting. Like it's hard to tell if that's a window or not. Yeah, we go over here. Like I made this side an enchanting room. Just decided to put armor sets there. This side kind of like a little kitchen, and then here storage. Pretty cool little like starter base thing. And I have like blast furnaces there, and then normal furnaces. Up here, there's really nothing. I probably could just put like normal decorations as well as in here. There's really nothing. This is kind of just, I don't know. I mean, well, I guess you got like this little balcony here, which is pretty cool. Goes all the way around. Not sure what I can put inside here. And then up here is like the kind of the main room. I just decorate it with like some candles, put carpet on top of the bookshelf, torch flower, diamond, wiver star. Um, I could put that glass up more, so then that's kind of because the lantern's kind of hanging in the way. But yeah, I probably would have been better to put a different bed there instead of the blue one. But I just decided to put the blue one. Now if I can get out of here. I like it. It turned out really well. I'm probably going to build a copy of this in my build planning world. Sorry about that. I'm probably going to build 2 copies of this. One's going to be in my build planning world because that's where I keep all like my references for builds. And then I might build one in the normal world or the Let's Play. I really need to think of a name for it. I just called it a Let's Play world. And then I just built like a little tunnel thing here. Tunnel is just But the rest of it, it's a pretty cool little island. I was thinking of maybe making like a little stand here to sell stuff. I want to make it a little bit more inhabited. I did try to change, like add a nice little beach. It's probably gonna make the sand slope down a little bit before it completely drops off. And yes, that's Mushroom Castle world. And then if we go to this was the original Let's Play world, which I don't think this really ever changes. I don't know why I still have it. Like I have this little house that I built, which I guess it's more of a house than I have in my other world. That's just storage chests. That's the valuable chest. I think this was like when they first added copper. Bunch of tools and crap. The food chest. That was my friend's spot when they played with me. But this world, again, doesn't really get played. I added all, like, flattened out, ready to do stuff. I was debating about making a creative copy of the world to kind of just build whatever I want to kind of, like, show, like, what this world could have been. But this world, this was the one that kind of just happened at a bad time, so I kind of just abandoned the world. I do really like that. I think this is the entire reason I kept it. Because this is when I first came up with the bridge design. And I really like it. And this kind of goes out. I think I was going to build like a little city down here. And this was the initial. I was going to build stuff in here that would probably have lit the path. But I didn't do that. And now I changed up the lighting on the other one. But here, I think initially, like I was gonna have here like a big ass Christmas tree for Christmas season, but of course, I abandoned it. Well, I think the world had one Christmas season, but I was still in the middle of building this before I abandoned the world. I don't really know if I'm ever gonna do anything with it. I don't want to delete it because again, I really like this. Like just this build here is the sole reason I haven't deleted the world. But I've had thoughts about either one, just making it a creative world to do, like, kind of build up some ideas I used to have of what the world could have been, or just kind of make a copy of the world to do the same thing. I did have a build plan that was going to go up there. We'll get to that real quick. And then, like, down here, I just made this kind of look pretty. This was just a lava source, so yeah, there was that. And then if we go up here, I think I was going to do something within here, make it kind of like a little party area. I don't remember, this world was like back 2020, 2021, something like that. I think this is my oldest Minecraft world that I still have. This is like back, I think, or 2022. when I initially started it, and then I abandoned it sometime around 2020. I think it was late 2022 or 2023. I did have a build planned. I think it was gonna go like right here, so I had everything kind of staged for it here. I don't even know. Oh, I do have materials in there. Oh, I was gonna build it, but I ended up not. And I believe my friend was building stuff. It's funny because like I didn't like I knew my friend built stuff in this world. I just didn't know where, like at all, where the hell they went to build stuff until I think it was one of the previous world tours where I actually found out where they went and started building stuff. Which was funny because it was like 2, 3 years, actually, it was like 3, almost 4 years after I played with that friend in this world. I believe that was the last time we played Minecraft together. I don't remember what was. Yeah. I mean, we did play Borderlands 3 for a while, but then that stopped. Well, more or less, I stopped because life got in the way with a bunch of unexpected stuff. Yeah, this was what they built. I believe, like, under there's like a little mining thing they did, and some sort of tree house. Scaffolding, random wool block there, and then this kind of tells me that I believe they went AFK here last time they were in the game. That's kind of what my assumption is from there. But yeah, so that's kind of it for this world. I don't even think I have the videos from it up. I think I took them all down. But I do want to get back to the main area before I log off. I still have no idea what I want to do with this world. Like, part of me still kind of wants to use it, but at the same time, just because of the timing in life what it happened, well, when I use this world, like, I don't really want to be brought back to that. But at the same time, this world definitely had a lot of potential if I just kept playing it. It's over there. And then here's like the other side of that, what you call it. I might make a creative copy of it, or I might just do little things here. And I don't really want to do a survival one because it's like, it'll take my time away from the main world. And I believe I was going to build like a house on the side of that hill there, but that hill probably would have had to be made a lot more mountainy instead of a hill. And then other than that, like I think here just occasionally I would have sweet berry bush lines planted. Because that's kind of what I use as my main food source, even though it's not really the best, but it was kind of the easiest to plant. So that's the initial survival world. Um, that's the last time I opened it. I was gonna say, I wonder if it says when I first started it. Actually, it might when I edit it. I don't know. We'll keep going. So the city world is eventually I want to build a city here. I got a kind of all nice flat. This is going to be made into a river. Should probably let. Oh, yeah. For some reason, the sky. It does this every once in a while. Like the sky kind of stays kind of like stormed, but not. I've noticed it happens every once in a while in some of my worlds. Well, yeah. So I got all this kind of planned out. I was gonna build a city. Like over here is gonna be the port and all that. This is another one of those just kind of something I work on every once in a while projects. I'll still probably work on it because it's literally just a blank canvas. Over here has a lighthouse, and yes, I built a lighthouse, and maybe I'll build something else around here. I just did random cobblestone. I'll probably make this look better. And if we go over this way, yeah, these worlds are kind of more or less like ones that are like, okay, I want to build this random thing. I probably could just connect this to make it go out to there, and then have kind of like this be the connecting line where like you can dock a ship there, even though it'd have to come in from that way and just go straight across. I know I have like actual sort of builds here. I was planning on building like either a large train station here, but then seeing as I'm not building this on the Minecraft scale, I'm building it a more realistic scale. It's gonna fit like one train car in the middle there. So the train shed it might be a small station, but I think the train shed might be over there. But I was thinking about having this like a nice kind of hotel or office building. Over here I have the rail lines, or I could have these end like right here. Maybe. Maybe I could have the train shed extend. I'd have to probably start making switches for these about here. Because this 4-track main line, I had this kind of based on the New York Central. I forget what line, their electrified line into Grand Central Terminal. Or Grand Central Station, whatever it's called. That's kind of why it has like all the wood here. Based on like not how it is modern day, but older. And then I have no clue why I built like little scaffolding walkway up there. I think I was just bored. But I do kind of want to continue this. I don't know where to, but I have all this area. Like, I can still make more of a city. It's going to keep going straight. This side definitely have a lot of city. There's a lake there, so I believe the river, well, I think this river, yeah, that's the one that goes there. I'm not sure what I could do here. Maybe just keep it like a little park. But yeah, so that's the kind of the city. Kind of. I mainly it just started out like this, and these need carpet. It's gonna annoy me if I don't do it now, so let me do it now, and then I guess it'll be the first addition to the city in 2026. I believe I used a light gray. I did this so there'd be light under it because that's kind of how like elevated subway tracks are. Like they're not all solid blocks, so light can get through. But yeah, so let's go to the next world, which is the Airbase Project world. Which will probably, I'll start working on this a lot more this year. I want to hopefully have everything at least planned out. If I have it all. This is also kind of going to be a city, so that might be another reason why the other city isn't built. Over here, I was kind of initially planning the city. I kind of want a second river. I like the kind of two rivers that divide the city thing, so, or maybe I'll have like a river delta be around here. I don't know. I started planning stuff. There's be like a bridge there, a bridge there, a bridge there. Here would kind of be like a navy yard, loosely based on northeastern cities. Over here is the little micro scale airbase design things. I would say this is mini scale, but like it's sort of kind of the scale it is. So this was the initial idea, loosely based on Fort Zancudo, except like the mountain behind it would be a lot taller. This would be like the command block. This would be kind of like a building, a barracks building, sort of, for some reason, kind of based off Eclipse Towers. Aircraft parking, little tents there, 2 runways, hangars there, and then over here like mess hall, and then I don't know, I guess like one's a gym, a storage building or something, and then like there'd be like a little park. I believe I said it in the video where I start. It's not going to be a realistic airbase, obviously, because like it's kind of going to be realistic, but it's going to have some creative liberties. Think of it like a prototype freelance model railroad, kind of like that. This is a more updated design, sort of. We get rid of that building there because Yeah, I don't know why there'd be like an Eclipse Towers building in an airbase. I think initially the airbase project started way back in 2020. I think when I started it, yeah, it was like 2020 when I started it, and then that's when, well, yeah, I started it there, so that's when I made the initial design, and that was like 6 years ago now. But this kind of same thing. This is the more or less the one I'm kind of building out there a little bit. Well, kind of. I'm doing like a hybrid between them. And there's more. Like I'm not gonna go in too much depth with this because there's. I'll do more with its own series, but I do want to try to actually start building more this year. But these are kind of like the mini personal hangar barrack things. Over here, just ideas. These literally, they're just boxes. They're gonna be tore apart. This level's probably gonna be underground. But I just had to build up just to get an idea of scale, how it would feel walking through it. I should probably also build, again, like that would be the runway. I am not filling that in because this isn't going to be the total runway. I don't even think I started with commands yet to actually fill in the what you call it. Like if I go down here, I think it should only be, yeah, it's only the normal 3 block. And over here is kind of gonna be like where the command block is. So ignore this hideous aircraft control. Actually, I kind of like the shape of it. Although I was thinking of filling in this because this building's lower, so I might get views from here. But again, these are just all the planning out stuff, so I'll probably end up finishing these maybe today, just work on. And then over there I have built up to the max build height. I believe does it just keep going or so I was thinking the main part of the like where the city's gonna be would be about this tall because I want to do like a little bit of underground parts for like a subway as well as I guess there's also gonna be like water and stuff for the ships. So I don't know if maybe I should probably factor in the absolute bottom of the world, but this would kind of be like a little bit there, and then like the air base would probably be up in elevation a little bit, like here. This would be kind of where the top of the air base is, well, the bottom of the air base is. And I just have all this as excess. Like I think the air base would probably not be no taller than like here, if even, and I'm stretching that because that looks a bit. I guess that'd be like the aircraft control tower being the tallest thing. And then the rest of this can all be mountain. I'm not sure if the mountain's going to go up to build height. Probably not, but there's also like skyscrapers and stuff for the city part. So, yeah, there's that. Hopefully there'll be a lot more going on in this world. I'm still kind of getting everything situated for the new year. Like, I still got videos that I need to upload from last year and all that, and then I'll actually get everything planned out, as well as like with my work schedule and all that, on how I'm going to approach videos and projects. I think the Airbase project may be a monthly update thing. I want to try to start at least working on it like once a month, spend a few hours working on it, or maybe like at least 2 hours a day working on stuff. But yeah, so that's pretty much what the airbase thing is like right now. And then we go to build planning. This one is self-explanatory. It's where I plan out all my builds. Now, not all these builds are stuff that go into Let's Play World. Some of these might just be other builds that I plan with. I don't have Always Day on like some of my other creative worlds because of I needed to test out lighting. Let me just put all those up there. So this world was made. This one was probably my second oldest world because it was made along with the original Let's Play world a little bit later. Here I just have like they're just dump chests where I just dump everything. Like here we have for these the wall segments. I feel like the lights are more evenly spread out here, kind of, instead of being right next to each other. But I kind of like it the more right next to each other thing. As well as like we have the tunnels here that I did. I remember doing those as well as had right here, and I believe it's like 5 blocks out, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I leave like a 5 block border as well as I do add like glowstone kind of each corner of the build. A little market stall plan that I'll probably eventually use numerous times in the Let's Play. It's meant to be backed up against something, so that's why here doesn't have like pillars like that. And yeah, so that's pretty much that little thing there. I mean, I could extend it because it's to make it more square. But this is kind of meant to like go up against the pillars here for the original Let's Play world. This was the one build I did have planned to do. It's like a little watchtower. I might build it just because. Like, I do really like the build. Might change up some wood, though. I'm thinking of... Uh, not really too sure. I might do different color logs. I need to figure out what I want to do for the wood. But yeah, so there's kind of that. Over here, just kind of random things. Like here was, I got bored and wanted to try building like a little fire escape thing. So that's kind of it there. And this was actually, I don't know if I'm going to use this, but I believe this was something I was starting for the Winter Village that I wanted to build, which is going to get pushed back to next year. Except I think this year I'm going to try to have like everything planned out so next year I could just start building in December. But yeah, so that's kind of what this was. I'm probably just going to scrap it and start over again. I might draw out a few ideas, but that's kind of that. And then here's like the little outpost thing that I did nice and clean without any chests or blocks. I don't know why I always yawn when I stream. I guess streaming makes me yawn. And then this world is another random creative world I made, and then I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or not. I built this house, so like there's that. I have no clue what else is gonna be or why I gave myself diamond armor. But yeah, so there's like this house. I don't know if I did any. Well, I guess yeah, down here I did workstations and all that. This is empty, and then this just has a few things up there. I've no reason. I'd probably end up deleting this world. I don't know. Just one of those random ones you build for a moment, and then that's it. And then this one's another one of those kind of random worlds. This one I actually do have a few ideas. If I can let everything load. Come on, please load. Alright, there we go. Now it's... Oh, there's a mushroom island there. Wait, I started building here. Like, I thought this was a cool little. It was like a little arena thing. This was actually more recent, like within the last month, I think. So I'm probably gonna continue building. I think I might be making this like. I'm not sure if I'm gonna say medieval. I think this might end up being kind of more like ancient times or something like that. I don't know, either ancient or medieval. But I'm gonna start with this island and then probably branch my way out. So yeah, that's kind of this world. And then I believe I only have two worlds left, which are kind of my two most used worlds, being the Let's Play world and then the question mark world, which is basically just a super flat that I just build. The history with this world, it initially, well, not this one, but the question mark world in general, it initially started out as to test like to place new blocks with new updates and all that, or new mobs and all that. And then eventually I got to the iteration that this one is based on, which this one is more or less a recreation of one I had a while ago. So, yeah, so here's some builds are tutorials, others are stuff I did myself. So here we have the village, which I pretty much just built all the buildings based on pictures I found, and then I made like these ones, kind of like skyscrapers. And I started building these buildings based on like the Soviet block housing because I figured that would kind of be easy to do in Minecraft because they're block shaped and Minecraft's a block game. And then here's a second one. That one I started building, but I was like, and that's too big. I want to start with a smaller one. This one is the smaller one. And this one, the first floor actually has stuff in it. And we go up here. Working on the second floor, and I don't know if I'll complete these buildings. I might just take them down. There's a few buildings in this that have been in this world that I ended up just taking down. Over here is kind of a little design thing for a model railroad. You know, like double track main line, like a random switch there that kind of just leads out of everything. Small yard here, all that kind of stuff. And then here's going to be that, but at a larger scale. I do not remember that if this is supposed to continue turning or if that was the yard, because it would make sense to have the turnouts there, and then that was going to be like a slightly smaller scale of the same thing. Some of the builds here were originally, I think, back in like this world, like the original one was that was more or less like this one, which is what I tried to recreate, was from like I think 2017, 2018. I think it was 2018, the original one when the one that was like this point, not the original. There's like 17 different original ones, well, older ones. These are tutorials. I guess this world is probably one of the ones that I will build tutorial stuff in. So these were tutorials I followed. Z95 Headhunter from Star Wars. I really like how this one turns out. It's like one of my favorite aircraft from Star Wars. And then a Vulture Droid. And then tutorials are by the same person. I always leave signs for tutorials, so there that is. These two are from the same guy. Um, this kind of starship thing, I have no idea what I was trying to do here. It's kind like the back is kind of like a Venator, but the front is more like an Arquidens. I do like the pale buttons because I can actually get in here without breaking it. Interior-wise, here's the bridge. There's really nothing here. Color scheme-wise, it's loosely based off Britannic, if that wasn't obvious enough. And these don't have interiors. I think initially, like, I was supposed to build walls here too that separated the different areas. And then this has an interior, so that's kind of cool. Nice little kitchen. I also, on the inside, I have levers here too, so they make things easier to get in and out. I do kind of like the ship. I might make a better version of it, a more to scale one. Here were pathway designs. I was kind of thinking about making paths to link up all the builds because we got other stuff over there. And I think I'm just gonna go with the how I initially did it there. Here was also how I was able to get a charged creeper for the first time. I didn't know they were in this version because I've never seen one before, but I figured out how to get one struck by lightning. Here is how many? Wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I have 40 tiger tanks. Um, yeah, I don't know why I built 40 tiger tanks. Well, these ones I know why. I built these because the original world had these. Why the original one? I did the one tutorial. They're from Crafty Fox, by the way. I did the one tutorial, and then I just started building more. I think what I was doing was because initially it was. I remember this specifically. I did the one tutorial. I think like the first day, because in my school we were on when I was. This was back in 2020, like right before the lockdown started. So I'm not sure if I built the initial tank it was either I think it was the weekend of the lockdown starting because I remember it was a Friday and then we got home from school and got the email or phone call saying that the school's going to be closed for the next 2 weeks. And so I was like, "Oh, cool. 2 week vacation." And I was like, you know what? I started building. I was gonna build like a tank for every day of the lockdown. I got to 40, and then I was just like, okay, I'm done. So I don't know how many tanks I would have got to if I didn't stop at 40. I probably would have expanded more this way. Over here we have the glorious UFO frisbee. Um, most people will not understand this, but some of my people that I know, some of my friends, if you're watching this, they already know what this magnificent thing is. And I just realized I need to build the candles for it. Over here is a mini scale Britannic. This I designed it myself based on basically I found one good side picture of Britannic and I tried to mimic the what you call it's there. I did change it from my original design. Like the roof initially was just like this that went straight down, and then did add I added the lifeboat holder things behind the gantry cranes there. I added the carpet on the top there to break up the color, as well as I made the roof kind of more like when I followed the tutorial for that one. And on my original channel, I initially did have a tutorial for this. I'm not sure if it was this version, because I ended up building 3 of them. I started with Britannic, then I built Titanic. No. Yes? No, I don't remember which one I built next, but I did Britannic, Titanic, and Olympic. And I did make them all, like, try to get the stairs mimicking the windows they had in real life. Uh, I'm still, like, fairly pleased with how to build is. Other than I really don't like how the stern turned out, but there's really no way I can think of to fix it at this scale. So yeah, I did that, and that was the tutorial for this. Well, I don't have it on this channel. It was my original channel. Initially, I built like a whole fleet. Like I had Britannic here, I think like Titanic and Olympic on either side, and then I started building other ships in a similar scale. But then, because initially the world that this is all based off of, the probably like second to last question mark world, that my original Let's Play world and a few other worlds, the original airbase world and all that, were lost back in 20 either 2020 or 2021, I want to say, when I ended up accidentally tripping over the power cord of my PlayStation 4, which turned it off, and I lost everything in Minecraft. It was a very sad day. Over here we have the USS Monitor. This one I did myself. I also did have a tutorial of this on my original channel. I changed it to wool instead of black concrete so you could kind of see it better. Like with the wool, it kind of not with the concrete, it was kind of just like a blob. Um, this is really the most detail this thing has. I mean, granted, the ship wasn't really detailed in real life. It just kind of looked like a rounded domino. So there's that. And then over here, behind it, the Arizona was I followed a tutorial. It was a very old tutorial I found out when I built it again the second time. Like the video was like 12 years old, so it was probably like 8 or 9 when I first did it in the overworld. And I actually did two of these. I had one Arizona and I did one all the way across to make it Pennsylvania, and I was going to build a larger ship in the middle. Over here we have who the tutorials by and all that. And the chests are just what blocks I used. Of course, this, I think, actually recently I went through and changed a few things. Like, other than changing the color of what blocks I used, I think I changed up some things up here. I don't remember. But yeah, this was a cool little build. Although, I'm not sure which version of the Arizona it's supposed to be. Because it, at least based on the, like, obviously I know it's not the as-built version because a lot of things would be cut down. And I don't think it's fully based on the version that was the final, the 1941 version, which was the one at Pearl Harbor. I think initially I also put like a campfires in there. But these, well, I guess the lifeboat doesn't matter, but there was, I think, more piled up on Arizona when at Pearl Harbor, as well as there was anti-aircraft guns here, well, at least based on the version World Warships did, and as well as there was there, which are kind of hard to add. There was also these guns, for some reason, are dual-barreled, even though these would have been single mount 5-inch guns. These would have been the Chicago piano type anti-aircraft things, and I believe there'd be. I don't think there was anything here, or if there was, it was the Chicago piano type aircraft anti-aircraft guns, as well as that version didn't have the second uh, catapult. So there's that. Over here are the liners. I think I'm due for another one. I don't remember. I think the last one I built was, I believe I did Britannic. I think I finished up in the beginning of 2025 or back in 2024. And I'm due for another liner I want to build. I'm thinking I have Britannic and the America, and I think I'll do the United States next. But yeah, and these are by, that's a pig, not the sign. Here we got the sign there. Both of these are same builder. That's Rich LaRousse. I'm probably gonna all the ocean liners will probably be of his design, and then those were the initial blocks I used. I did add kind of like extra details to them, as in like these blocks I changed to different types of blocks because they were black concrete like these, as well as I added trapdoors along here as kind of like wood trim because I think it makes things pop a little bit more. Um, I don't know what else I added. Well, I did change up lifeboat design and the lifeboat davits, as well as the big ones here. I did actually shorten them. I think by like these little squares here. I shortened this by I think one or two, and I made add a little bit more detail to here to this. I don't remember if this was on the actual Britannic, like the front one there. Also, I wonder if she was initially supposed to have just two at the front, because I know she only had the one large one on the front there. I think this was also just another lifeboat design I was planning, because I think you said like these are like 2-to-1 scale or something like that. And then the lifeboat crane things here. I probably could have made this bend over, well, not bend sideways a little bit to connect to the ends of the boat instead of here, but I do like adding the chain to kind of have a connection point there. So that little things I add. The lifeboats I think are overall still his design, other than I added the seats there, or I don't remember if his were covered or not. No, I think the covered ones were there, but I did add the trim on the lifeboats as well. And I think I was planning on adding lighting, and this is not supposed to be there. I thought I got rid of all those blocks. And then back here, I don't remember if these were added in his tutorial or if I added them after. I think, like, I believe the ones on the outside were part of the tutorial. I don't think the second layer of lifeboats on the inside were. And then I think I just added some benches at random spots. Yeah, so that's the Britannic, and I believe that is actually supposed to be pointing that way. Um, yeah, so that's Britannic. Overall, other than, I mean, the stuff I modified to it was, I didn't like how the gantry things looked. Like, they don't look bad, but they were just too tall. As well as, there was pretty much stuff like the wood thing, just to add more detail, because I like things very detailed. I think I also changed this as well to be more detailed. But other than those little changes, which are just stuff that I personally, because again, I like things with a lot of detail. The tutorial at that size, I get why he didn't do it with a bunch of little detail, because it'd be forever to be like 4 extra videos. Overall, though, the design, I really like it. I like his design for Britannic. I'm probably not going to build Titanic or Olympic. I just like the Britannic. And over here we have the SS America. This one is... I don't think I've changed anything from the tutorial. So I think that's why it still has the diamond... Well, yeah, that's why it still has a diamond block. Because I keep those center lines for when until I'm done doing all the little things I want to change. But I have yet to have went through and done all the little change things. I mean, I started with the gantry cranes. I did just the top of it. And then I don't think I did anything up there. I'm not sure if there's anything here. I was experimenting with either keeping them covered, with adding that extra bit of blue, or keeping them open. With SS America, I like the look of the SS America a bit more than the United States. So that's why I did this one next. I think next is gonna be the United States, because I do like how the United States looked as well. I wanted to try to get it done for the 4th of July, but by the time it was getting close to the 4th of July, it's like I'm not even gonna try, because I didn't even have it started by like two, not two, it was like 3 or 4 weeks before. But yeah, so again, both tutorials, but I believe I had the sign. Yeah, I have the sign here as well. But yeah, so most of the big ocean liners are going to be from him that I build in this world. I don't think I'll do many streams in this world. I think this is kind of just one of, I want to build random crap, or if I see a cool tutorial, but I have no real reason to build it, I'll just build it here. Oh yeah, we also have this little bit of pixel art here I did of two dragon characters. If I can sort of the flying feels so slow in the PS5 version. But yes, we got this pixel art or whatever. I'm glad I did have screenshots from my initial world like this saved, so that's where I got like stuff like this is exactly how it was in the screenshot. And yeah, I don't think I'll do much pixel art in this world. But I'll probably do more tutorial stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna have like a section of the. Well, I know that section is gonna be for like the ocean liners and stuff. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it subsectioned. I want to build airplanes and I want to build more Star Wars builds because these are really cool. Like I really love this tutorial. This was my favorite one. I want to make a build just so I can build more of these. But yeah, so that is this world. That's the build world. And we are just about an hour, so taking that, and then next is the survival world. Out of all the worlds, I believe hopefully this one will be at a stage enough where it can be its own video next year. I want to try to do a lot more work in this world, which I did do some work off camera, which you may have already seen if you were paying attention. So anyway, we got the dock here, and oh yeah, this one I gotta be careful. This is like my only survival world. And this little sheep pen here because my sheep kept getting killed. And then in here, pretty much the same thing, just different, what you call it. Like I got chests for different things here. Over here is kind of like the furnace area. If we walk over to here, got this little path here. I'm probably going to straighten this out and just at least make it all cobblestone so it looks a bit better. And then we go on to our walkway here, which goes up and then into the tunnel system, which I really like. And then we got like the little balcony here, which was kind of recent. And the tunnel continues. I have ideas for like, for example here, this might end up becoming a doorway in the future because of like, if you look back here, it is empty. So I have some ideas for that. But yeah, if we keep going, we'll start this way because there's other things I gotta go that way with, and of course it's gonna rain, because why would it? The walkways do look a bit flat, so maybe I'll think of... The thing is, I made everything symmetrical, where if I was to build something, it would just... Like, unless what I do is, I do that post, or if I do this post and that post, and then I skip this one, and then, or yeah, if I do like the outer post hanging over, I can, that might be an idea. But that's the only thing that sucks is like, I really like the design, but everything's symmetrical, so it kind of makes things a little bit hard to do. We'll keep going this way, so the walkway just continues this way. What this is kind of the original version. I did make some, like, example in the hill was double wide. I also thought about adding like a canopy over it, And then over here was a work area that actually doesn't really need to be needed anymore. And of course it's not thunderstorming. But actually looking at this was, I actually just finished this up today, which I believe it was from, no, so I had it built to here, but this bridge I finished up today. Because it was the last of the stuff I had planned out, like actually fully planned out, not just an idea floating around. And I wanted to get it done by the end of the year, but I didn't, so I got it done real quick. I kind of wish I would stream it just because it would give another video for the Let's Play series, but oh well. If we go look here, it is a different design than the other bridges. And I like it. There was always a plan to have a bridge there. I think at one point consider having, like, that be, um, a pillar in there, but I think it looks better just kind of like a grand bridge like this, instead of having it kind of like with the pillars there, although it could have looked cool with the pillars there. As well as I did use emerald. I think that might be a running theme with the bridge, having emerald blocks there, because emeralds are easy to get with villager trading and all that. So yeah, now if we continue going this way, I don't know if I'll be doing any walkways in 2026, because it took a long time just to get this stuff. Like, this world is, I think, either already 3 years old or is gonna be 3 years old by this September, and I barely have anything built in it, which is crazy considering the amount of time I've spent in it. Of course, like alright, my PS5 version of Minecraft, which is what I started this world on, I believe. Well, actually, no. Yeah, it was the PS. No, it was when they initially. I'm thinking. All right, no, I got the PlayStation version and Bedrock confused. So it's the Bedrock version, right? Is this the Bedrock version? Yeah, this is the Bedrock edition, I think. I don't remember the console edition. We'll just go with that. When they grouped them all together, I think that was when I did this world. But recently, it made it where I had to upgrade to PS5. So I upgraded it to the PS5 one, so it has my hours played as, even though it's the same game, because it's for a different console, it has my hours for it differently. So like currently it's only 300 hours since I did the upgrade to PS5. Well, it's almost 300. It's like 290 something. I'm hoping by today it's at 300. Where on the PS4 version it was at like almost, I think at like 950. We got Little Tunnel here, and then we have these two bridges here. Well, I guess it's one bridge, but it just has two arches, and then it just ends here. I need to plan ahead, because initially the plans I had for this I didn't like, so I just stopped the bridge here, and hopefully I can plan something I like better. We'll go over here. I was thinking of building like a waterfall, like continuing this waterfall up higher. Why is there... Alright, I believe I messed... that's not supposed to be... what you call it there. That's not supposed to be emerald. I don't know why. I think I had it confused for one of the middle parts, but I like this bridge a lot more. Probably because it has a little bit extra detail having that middle piece there. Oh, that's a creeper. Oh well, didn't break anything. Now, since we're pretty much already over here, if I can get somewhere where I can just climb over this, which is probably going to be a route here, we'll get to the other major part of the world. I don't want to fight the skeleton. Let's just go back down to the water level. I did think about turning, like, it was either this island or that one into a mushroom biome. Like, if I can get one block of mycelium, that's all I need to where I can just try to get it where it can change dirt into more mycelium. Because I believe that's how it works. It was last time I tested it. I'll probably make separate update videos for like each series too. They might be... Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Like, I'll actually lay out my plans for at least this world and the airbase project. Well, there'll probably be a bigger discussion with this world. It'll probably be one of the episodes of this series. Yeah, so over here we have... Here's the farm area. I don't really like the rocky shore biome, so I was using it as a cobblestone farm, basically, well, as a quarry. That's kind of what it's been over the last while. As well as a tree farm, which I could probably change it back to, because I initially had it, there was two, it was like 2 by 2 by 2, and the first two were oak wood, and then the others were spruce, and all that. As well as I had these large, trees, because I use these ones to like make sticks for the emeralds and all that. Because I don't use jungle wood for that many things. As well as I have another little farm here. Oh, sweet, the rain's gonna clear up, so that's good. Even though I pretty much already looked at everything. Over here is just a little makeshift, I might change this to a better looking one, just because. And then I use this to go fishing a lot, and then over here is storage room. And then, I don't know what I'm gonna build here. Because with this world, like, the current thing I'm debating between is, part of me wants to do it as a medieval fantasy world, like, kind of keep with that, like, keep with a certain theme, but I also just kind of want to do whatever with it. Here we have, down here, my little iron farm, which makes a lot of iron. I know this does not look like a decent, I mean, it's decent a bit, but it doesn't look like a lot of iron. That's because I have blocks of iron down here. Sometimes, like, if I'm just doing something in this world and, like, I gotta go do something, I'll try to get here to AFK, because you can never have enough iron, and eventually I do want to build a minecart system. But I was debating between doing all those different things. Like, I kind of wanted, like, some area to be kind of like a cyberpunk city, or more like Star Wars, I guess. And then I wanted, like, another area to kind of be like, the exclusion zone in Chernobyl. I did also think of, like, the desert area, kind of make that a little bit like Lego Ninjago, because how they had that desert, and then the other area kind of like, the savannah, like, build like Pride Rock from the Lion King and stuff like that. And then over there is going to be a winter village. So, well, I guess that would kind of be a bit more modern than medieval, I suppose. Anyway, we have a little forest here, which I kept. Most of these trees, if they look a little bit strange, like they've been added on to, it's because pretty much when I flattened everything, alright, this tree probably stopped here, but I just added the logs to it. And then I have this area. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm thinking of maybe having this kind of central part be more of the medieval fantasy style. I'm not really too sure on what I want to do here, but this village, most of the villagers are gone. I stole them for the iron farm, but I believe there's still one floating around. There's also these emerald ore blocks that I found, because initially this went, like, up see how, like, how high that block is? It went about double that. And this was actually a major project I did this year. was, well, over the last year was flatten this. Another side project is, well, we'll go over there more, but, and yes, it does have kind of little wall things that go all the way through. Initially, I was gonna like flatten it all the way down, but I chose not to. But yeah, I don't know what I want to like build wise, how kind of style I want to do, because the Winter Village, like now thinking about it, is gonna be a bit more modern than medieval, more around like kind of, I guess a little bit like a early 1900s, late 1800s, more like a Red Dead 2 era, I'll say, for the Winter Village. And then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do up here. Like initially my plan was I was gonna do this as a volcano, but I just don't really feel like doing that anymore. Um, I might build like, I don't know, maybe a statue or something. There's also ideas for like this little bay. I initially had an idea of like either putting a lighthouse there or there, but I feel like that'd be too modern. I think I'd have to have the areas of the world divided up for what I want. Like I can do medieval more, but I can have like one area that's kind of like a little cyberpunk area sprinkled in, and then another one that could kind of actually thinking about it. Now, I don't know much about the Borderlands series, and last time I played Borderlands, well, yeah, last one I played was Borderlands 3, and it was basically follow the leader with guns. My friend was pretty much getting all the missions to work. I was just there to shoot stuff, which was funny because it was on my saved game slot that we were doing it. So, um, but I remember like I don't remember if it was like dimensions. I think it was different planets. They had like different planets that were kind of different things. So maybe I'll make it where like this will be mostly medieval fantasy, but then like there'll be one area that's like the exclusion zone, and then one area that's like something else. Yeah, because I did have the idea of building like a small power plant on there to kind of have it looming over the distance, as well as that to be like industrial revolution, kind of. And then this could maybe be like I was thinking to have this island, which it's not fully an island yet. I gotta break off the connection there, and I don't think it's connecting to anything over here. But initially, my plan was to have this island be like the kind of center point of the world. So I don't know. Maybe I'll build like, yeah, I'm not sure what area, but kind of have like this upper level be. I want one area to kind of be like sleeping areas for anyone, because spawn is over there. I did find spawn. I don't think I'll be showing it because I don't really want to go all the way across that mountain to go all the way back. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked at too many details. But yeah, and then this area will be getting fixed up next. I want like a nice beach. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do like a medieval fantasy area. And then there's a big blob of chest, which was from all the blocks that I took down from that. I have yet to bring everything over to somewhere to sort it. Like if we go, I don't know why I have two crafting tables. I think I picked one up. Holy shovel and axe. Oh my god. I forgot I had these. Holy shit. This one's enchanted. Oh, wait, silk touch. I don't know if I can silk touch. I might need a diamond one for that. I forgot I had all of those. And more shovels. Holy shit, I'm sitting here. I mean, not like I'm wasting iron. I do already have a really good iron farm. Um, I tried initially using pistons and levers to pull the houses down, but like over here, these are all, it's all like dirt, and then yeah, more dirt. I believe these are also dirt, and then these, that's wood, I believe. And this is just other random crap being flowers and stuff from witches and mobs that I killed. It's pretty much all this was. And then this was kind of those other random blocks. This was ore, lots of copper, lots of coal, lots of iron, and then the rest of this is cobblestone. So I have enough dirt and cobblestone. I should probably build storage rooms for them. Maybe that could be something I build here. Like I can build like a medieval style storage room. I don't know. But yeah, so that's I guess that'll basically be it for this video, just touring all the worlds. Again, I hope next year at the very least this world will get its own video. I think that if it takes about 20 minutes, I'd say, to tour a world, I think I'll have like a 20-minute threshold where if it takes about that much time, or I guess maybe 10 minute. Yeah, maybe next year, because if I do slowly work on all the different worlds, I yeah, maybe it will be yeah. Like if the video overall is gonna be all right, how long is this video? This video is an hour and 15 minutes. So if the video is longer than an hour and a half, then I think that's gonna be when it's time to break up the worlds. I'm hoping the end of 2026. I'm not sure when I'll do another world tour video. I might do one towards the end, or maybe I'll do one towards the middle of the year. And see what I do in 6 months. Like more in July. I want to get another villager over here to get this village back populated. Because they kind of all, like, I think there's like 2 that died from fall damage. Because I had all the walkways elevated. But anyway. Yeah, so I want to try. Hopefully next year, this world will be its own video. Do I still have? Is there still that one random floating tree around here? I think I fixed it. For the longest time, there's a singular random floating tree that I've been just neglecting to fix. But yeah, I think once I get everything uploaded that I want to be uploaded, is when I'll do a. I'll probably do like a channel update video on how I want to handle this year. I guess I should also get a general idea of my work schedule. Which, I mean, I do have a general idea, but kind of get things sorted out. And, yeah, as well as how I want to approach things. Because I want to branch out. Like, I feel like I've only really been doing... I mean, I have no problem with doing a lot of GTA and Minecraft. I think it feels like I only do World of Warships because that's probably the game I play the most, because I always try to get... I've been going almost a year now of getting almost every campaign ship. There's been a handful I skipped out on. I probably should have skipped out on the current campaign ship because I don't really need another tier 8 gunboat destroyer. I have Laffy and was it Minigumo, I think? Is he from Minigumo or Yuma Gumo? One of the two. The American and the Japanese ones that were campaign ships, basically. So, eventually, I think I might do more War Thunder. War Thunder is probably mostly gonna be ground battles because I enjoy that a lot more than War Thunder Naval, which sucks because I like a lot more planes than I do tanks. But I think eventually I'll still slowly, every once in a while, play War Thunder Aviation. Although War Thunder, I am most certainly not having the same goal as in World Warships, where I want to try to get all the ships I can obtain in the game. I am not going to do that with, fucking skeletons. I'm not going to do that with not even, like, tanks or airplane. Well, obviously I'm not doing naval in War Thunder. I have World of Warships. That is a lot easier. But in I'm I'm not gonna try to complete any tech tree. I'm just getting the stuff I want to get. Which, I mean, it might mean, it might mean 1 or 2 tech trees I might end up completing. but overall, it's not. Overall, I'm just getting what I want to get. I don't want to, because if I was just gonna get what I want to get in World of Warships, I'd probably end up not. I'd probably get rid of half the ships I already have, so then I can use like the credits from them to upgrade ships I already have and that I like. Oh, but yeah. So anyway, that's basically gonna be the end of this video. Getting all my worlds toured. I guess I'm in a big Minecraft mood, so I guess this is what's gonna start out 2026 with a Minecraft mood for probably the next week or two. Which is good because I definitely like just comparing hours between games. It really annoys me that Minecraft or GTA should be the games with the most, but they're the ones with the least. But yeah, so anyway, um, just dump those in there. So yeah, we'll save this, and then I gotta let my controller charge. I tried to let it charge before I did this video, and when I turned on the controller after like an hour, it did not charge at all, and I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and this will be Alpha 118 signing off.